In procedural C, you have basically the return object, so it's going to return like an int. You're going to make a bet. You're going to pass it some kind of struct, so some kind of value that represents the amount of chips. You're going to have a comma, and then a deck of cards, and then your closure parentheses, and then your semicolon. So in procedural C, that's a function. And the int returned could be like a 0 if you win, a 1 or anything else if you lost. Now in Objective-C, it's a little bit different. So in Objective-C, they have bools, which is nice. But you're going to say just part of the phrase. So bet with chips. You're going to say which chips you want to bet with. So it should be a chip star, so it can refer to an object. The method doesn't stop there, and it doesn't string a bunch of variables just all together. Instead, it comes up with the second part, so a little descriptor saying what the next part, which variable it is for hand. And that's where you can put down your poker hand. And then you remember your semicolon at the end. And you're good. So a couple things to note. The colons specify that following that is going to be some kind of variable. So this is the title of the method, is actually bet with chips for hand. But the objects, the chips, follow the colon. And then if there's a space after the chip name, that's the beginning of the next part of that phrase. And then also the bool type. If we win, we get a yes. If we lose, we get a no. And that's the basics of methods. We're going to cover a bunch of these. You're going to get very used to this kind of layout, but it's a lot more easier to read and understand what goes in each spot. With the older style, you could have had like a spot of like 5 different variables put in, and you could only tell by the variable name what it did. Really, the method didn't explain kind of what it was doing.